Actually, you know what? I'm going for blue. I'm going for blue. Whoever's blue.
Don't
Jahadri's
Gang
going for
Bot is
whoever's
blue.
red. Okay,
There we go.
that's who I'm going for. I'm on Don't Gang Bot. You're on Team Unknown.
Absolutely. All
Except for
right,
now we're on the
everybody.
wrong side of the screen.
Yeah, well, it happens. Game number 1 of our finals is underway. We're in Champ Select. No surprises on either of these bands, I'm going to say.
No.
Still no surprise. I think that I wanted to read the name Callista instead of saying Kodo Draco again.
Yes. I feel like I feel like Kodo Draco's gonna be mad at me for not going for his team though, but I can't be helped. I'm wearing blue. The shirt gods have spoken. This is what's happening.
Okay.
Yep, Nocturne first ban once again. We called that one.
I like the bands, all of them so far. I think the results of last game have dictated Team Unknown, and the results of the game earlier have dictated Don't Gank Bot. It's just they don't want to see these specific champions. But what that opens up is other meta picks that may be better in the eyes of the community overall.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the fun things about these types of tournaments is because it's smaller, because it's more intimate, we can see these strategies coming out, right? It's not going to be every single game is the same 10 champions banned. It's not going to be the same 10 champions picked. It's very much more diverse. Lilia is locked in for King Babe T again, though.
I like what Animal said in the chat. Are we repping map sides or gangs? Technically, a map side could be where your gang resides. You know, you got the north side and the south side, east side, the west side. So, whatever you want to say it is, Animal. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, the original thought, as Progenitor Circuit was pointing out before the turf war chant, was Valentine's Day. Because it's February, I wore red for Valentine's, and I'll be wearing green in March, and I'll be wearing something else when April comes along and we have our fun. I might wear sunglasses. Who knows?
You should wear something for me in April because that's my birthday month.
What would you like?
I'll think about it and let you know.
All right, Senna is locked in. Oh, that's right. Admin Anonymous is in April as well, so the two of you need to collude together and pick it out. All right, Ornn locked in for Bear again. We got the Senna for Calavir.
Front to back team in the bot lane is what it looks like we're building into right now with the Ornn and Senna pick.
Now,
I wonder if who we get as the support though. Ooh,
the Tahm Kench was what we had last time. Yone has been banned the last few games, so this is exciting. That's going to be Ostazoid on that. No.
That's going top, I bet.
Dang it, Animal.
Maid costume?
Yikes.
I think Jahadre would fill out a maid costume well.
You know I would.
Yes.
All right, the Jinx is locked in. I'm actually really excited about that. I like Jinx as a champion. I also just finished watching Arcane for the second or third time.
My
Incredible
wife
series.
did that too. She watched it during the week when she was working from home.
I think it's a great show.
Second
and Death
this year. Oh.
Death is playing with the Teemo hover again. Thank you for that.
There's the Tahm Kench we're calling.
So now I think that the reason Jinx is so good is because she will always have damage to deal with tanks. The Pow Pow attack speed plus running lethal tempo, and the way you can just build straight into Kraken Slayer and Blade of the Rodent King. Tanks don't mean anything when you can attack that quickly.
I think you'll build a Bork on Jinx. She really needs crit to do what she's doing.
Okay.
I think more you'll see a crit item with. Wait, what's that face?
That's a Battle Bunny Riven cosplay.
Hey, you were a Riven one trick at one point in time.
One trick is not accurate.
Okay, half a trick.
Played a lot of.
Okay, played a lot.
All right, bans are coming through. The Vhagar surprises me. I don't think I've seen a Vhagar ban for a while.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if there's a reason for the Vhagar ban. Is like, did they see something on the what they're playing? Is this like a counter to what they want to play, or is this someone's good at it? You know, maybe it's not necessarily a team comp thing. It's just this person, maybe Asazoid or maybe Chill Hearted plays a lot of it.
I think it's what you were saying about it counters what they want to play. Yone and Lilia like to be moving around. The amount of space the event horizon, you know, stops is one reason why Vhagar, I think, would be removed.
Zac. Nice.
Okay.
You know, if there wasn't Ornn top, I would say that Zac might be going top, but because Zac top's pretty darn good at the moment.
He could be going mid like it's Insanity.
Probably, but I suspect we're gonna see Kodo Draco on. Ooh, okay, I like this right here. This is gonna give Jinx a lot of extra range and be able to skirt the very far outsides of these fights. So I think it's a really good pick. And the disengage, right? You have a lot of engagement from Zac. You throw I know some of it. I don't remember when you throw the little fire dude at him. What is that one called? The Q? Like, I know there's worm hugs.
Yeah. Cozy campfire.
Yeah, cozy campfire. Like, has the nicest sounding. Okay, Galio mid. Let's go.
I actually really like that. I like that. You need someone to help set up the plays, right? If you can crowd control enough people, and then Lilia can jump in and do what she does to get the sleep, then your damage really starts to show up. The combo here is actually quite impressive on the side of Dunk Ink Bot.
Azir. Have we seen an Azir in any of our tournaments? Is this the first Azir?
No, we've seen at least one.
We've seen an Azir.
I think we've seen at least one.
Well, it must have been more towards the start because I'm not remembering. Yeah. But I like what they did with Azir. I like how they made him do on hits, which I always thought he should have done that because one of his core items is, Nashor's Tooth. And you waste the on hit damage. So I like they added the on hit. It actually brought his win rate up to a respectable level for solo queue.
Okay.
I think he's sitting. What's he? I know they just nerfed him a little bit, but it's just his health.
It was just his health scaling,
which is gonna. Yeah, so he's still to 49.9, so it brought him down probably half a percentage or a percent or something. So I think he's good where he's at right now. I still think that's really good for him for solo queue.
Yeah.
Because he's a high skill champion, so the more you play him, the better you're gonna get. So I like to see Azir more viable for solo queue. Like, I don't care if he's as viable for pro, because he doesn't matter what they do, they seem to pick him in pro. But I like to see the Emperor be strong in solo queue.
I think he'll do well into the Galio as well. Like you were saying, the on hit, just the DPS he can deal will be able to deal with the durability of the Galio. And especially if we have a friend, Billy Harold, who will play him full damage. You know, he'll rush a Rukern and use the W as a way of buffering all the damage, but the rest is just pure damage that he builds. So either way, Azir is able to deal with that champion overall. Especially with the range he has, using the soldiers versus the melee form of Galio.
Yeah, Galio, I think that was a good champ. I don't ever play him a lot, but I always think he's good. I like his cat. Okay.
You like whose cat?
I was just looking at what they were saying in chat as I said that, and they said they banned a lot for Azir for him. So, yeah. I like his kit. I think it's fun. I like what you can do with him. He's still a useful champ for behind me. Yeah, you'll go in and CC and get blown up and die if you're behind, but he offers a lot. Like, he's really good at secondary engage. If you get, say, Lilia goes in, gets everyone asleep, is in there, he comes in, then knocks them all up. He can do initial engage and then Zhonya's or whatever, depending on the build, what you're going. He has some good lane poke and wave clear, so I think the champ's fun. I think he's a good design champ from what it used to be, where he pretty much was a pressure ultimate in the middle of the team and die. Because that seems what all Galio's did is, yeah, their ultimate would taunt everybody, but then you would just die afterwards.
Right.
You'd be useless. So.
Yeah, the change to Galio I think was a good one. I wish they had left a few of his other mechanics in, like his Winds of War, I think is what it was called.
Where when he speed everybody up.
Yeah, he'd throw a gust of wind.
Yeah, they could have done that with the Q, but maybe it would have made him overpowered if he still had that with the tools they gave him.
Right.
But yeah, I think he's a good champ. I think both these teams are interesting, and like Team Unknown is definitely front to back scaling team. So even if they do get behind early, they've got two really good scaling options and a big old front line.
Yeah,
big
three
front line.
Three very large front line.
These some beefy boys. So as long as the game doesn't get out of hand, I think they'll be okay. But so, you're gonna want to run them over and get the game out of hand for them to where they don't have time to scale, and you just slap them down and keep the pedal down. That's how you have to win that game.
Exactly, because if you allow Jinx to get even 2 items, then your front line doesn't matter. And that's why I think it was such a good pick, seeing already the Zac and the Ornn. Mm-hmm. Oh, and the Tahm Kench. No, they only saw the first 2.
Yeah, Zac,
but regardless.
Ornn, and Tahm Kench, so they've got really good front line and peel.
All right, everybody, we're into game number 1 of our finals. Don't Gank Bot versus Team Unknown. The winner of this best of 3 will be our first repeat champion for the Progenitor League circuit. So let's see some hype up in the chat. Let's see some love on the socials, and we'll see how this game goes. I'm really excited. The amount of damage that Don't Gank Bot has, right? You have Yone, you have Lilia, and you have the Jinx. All 3 of those are going to cut right through what Frontline Unknown has put together. But the way that Calavir and Death have been playing today means that they might not have the chance. They've been able to do so much damage and just secure so many kills in so many plays.
Yeah, that Cavalier and Kuroro are really good bot laners. Like it seems like no matter what happens to them, they can always keep themselves in the game somehow or make a good comeback. So if you definitely can get them behind, you've got to keep pushing them down. You cannot let them have a chance to come back.
How does this matchup go? This is a very Yone favored matchup at the beginning, right?
It's probably Yone favored the whole game. It was just some matchups. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but like I said, I think Yone has too much movement speed in his E, and it lasts too long early game. I almost think that they should make the duration of it not as long, but it might overly nerf the jump. I don't have the best way to say what goes on, but I'm pretty sure this is a Yone favored matchup.
I remember that casting the E also makes you crowd control immune. There was a game where he jumped straight through an Azir wall as it was being cast because he was unstoppable.
Well, you used to be able to, if you hit E at the right time, or even after the Mordekaiser ult was tapped on you, if you hit E, you pull right out of it.
Yeah, that's not
but
okay. They fixed that, right?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was silly. Oh, wait, are we gonna get a
We're gonna have an invade. Babe T gets knocked up. Kodo Draco does manage to steal the buff, but Babe T deals a lot of damage. And it's all over time. Gonna start healing with the passive and the Conqueror. First reaction is gonna be Ostazoid. He's here. Blast cones over, flashes. Does not land the Justice Punch. Flashes burned. Kodo Draco gets taunted. A lot of damage here. Will he secure the buff steal? I don't think he will. Babe T and Ostazoid are doing so much. Death is unable to come in. First blood over the King Babe T. And the goo melts.
Boo. That's Boo from Dragon Ball.
I like the play. I don't like that Kodo stayed to fight. I think especially when you're a tank like Zac, you don't go in and try and fight a champion like Lilia who heals and has Conqueror.
Like, Zac's gonna win that fight in the long run if it's a 1v1. He just heals too much when he gets low. But with that true damage and having Galio come over, there's just no way he can heal enough to get through the CC and both their damage. I think the invade was, like, it was alright because you did still the blue buff, but you kind of want to wait till you have push in mid to do that, and you really don't have any lane prio, so nobody's going to come help you this early. So if you
auto attack
get
trading, Calavir gets really low. Candy Bar is doing a lot of damage there, manages to get the zap. Kiroro throws down the Ignite Summoner Heal by Levy. More and more fights. I think Calavir comes out ahead on that because Senna gets stacks with all those combined auto attacks. But still close. Oh!
Not favored. One. All it took was one armor item and it not favored anymore.
Here's a gank in the middle. Here, nice taunt from Ostazoid. He adjusts his punches, but Kodo Draco is in the exact right spot to stop the actual movement. Another kill over to Team Unknown. Kiroro gets knocked back. Candy Bar is in a lot of trouble. Has to flash away.
Yeah, kill on Azir early is definitely not what you want in this game. You want to slow down his scaling, and that's really going to help him hit those power spikes a lot earlier.
All right, pressure on the bottom side coming from both teams. I think that Kodo Draco's on his way down there. That's definitely where you gank. You got two low health enemies. And it's time for Dragon. Grubs are up too, though. Oh, here's the engage. Levy is going to be left behind. He flashes away. He's still alive somehow. Calavir flashes forward. Babe T jumps in. Tries to get the damage down onto Calavir. He's burning. Candy Bar picks up the first kill. Are they all going to make it out alive? Kodo Draco is going to be the next target. He goes down. The knockup on the Kiroro. That was 2. This is 3. Don't gank bot. Ganked bot. And they made Team Unknown regret doing the same.
Oh my, that is huge. Jinx with 2 kills this early in the game. Oh, that is not something I would want to be going up against.
Oh my goodness. That was insane. What a set of plays. The confidence of Candy Bar just auto-attacking. The timing of the flash from Levy. Just... Okay. Jinx and Melio were 13 HP. Oh my gosh.
Death with a really good disengage there. It's hard to gank in Azir like that when he has his ultimate up and you can't just instantly kill him. He was pushing you back this early in the game. Not quite enough damage from the Legendary Gaming to burst him out.
Ostazoid is in some trouble. Lucery's here. Oh, but they get the taunt. Knockup does land onto Kodo Draco instead of Death. King Babe T is here as well. Another gank onto Death. He's still holding onto that flash. Doing quite well on this Azir.
Bear is coming around the side here. He has ultimate up, but I don't really think there's anything for him. I think he should have pushed in the lane instead of letting it sit right there. Kind of, yeah, he needs to push in that lane. If Yone goes up there, he can freeze it.
Rub time, everybody. I also just watched The Lion King 1.5 recently, so grubs are extra funny to me.
They're also
here we go. Call of the Forge God goes in. Does not land on any enemy champions, but the first Void Grub does go the way of Team Unknown. They pick that one up. Babe T, Illusory, and Ostazoid are going to grab the second. Here comes the third. I think you take the one and leave.
Yeah, one's good.
Nice back stop there from Ostazoid. Oh no, he's going in. Oh man, he tried to do the smite trick.
That's a fun trick on Zac. You jump over the pit. I've stolen Baron that way back in the day. You just jump over and smite. But see, look, Bear has lost a lot of minions in the top lane there, as it's just kind of sitting in front of that tower there. I really wish he would have pushed it in. That would have put him in a lot better spot. It would have actually caused the lane to push back to him instead of sitting right there, and it would have given him the XP advantage and the gold coming back to him. So hopefully that won't hurt him.
These trades on bottom are going further and further into Candy Bar's and Levy's favor. That Cozy Campfire really gave Candy Bar quite the steroid.
I don't know about getting boots first. I think you go for that first item if you get those first 2 kills.
Raiding further up in the top side, and you're right, man. That Warden's Mail really changed the way this matchup was going. But Bear might be in some trouble. Gets knocked up, thrown into the ultimate. He has nothing of his own. He is able to flash. He walks away!
Warden's Mail saved him. I guarantee you that little bit of damage that it blocks extra saved his butt.
What do we got on hit points? I'm going to guess 38.
Maybe less.
52, according to production. Okay, I was really close. Wow. You know, Illusory Gaming is upset that he didn't get that. You might even say, I know it's been said before, but ornery.
Very, very, very ornery.
Yeah, I actually really do like the first item choice here for Bear.
Yeah,
rushing the glacial.
Rush.
Crap, it's not glacial augment.
Frozen Heart.
That's the one.
Frozen Heart Rush, I think, is great against Shiona, yeah. That extra little bit of damage, it stops. Did he steal that?
No, it looked like he did. It was so close. But it's also effective against the Jinx.
Yeah, it's really good against their team. The 2 big 80 damage dealers, both relying on auto attacks, so I think it's a great first item.
What's interesting is I was watching one of Freak's videos where he explains the patch, and he also talked about early game defensive stats. It says that the first 8-ish levels you actually are tankier buying hit points than you are buying armor. Just the way that damage and scaling and everything work in that realm is that way. But then once you get to about level 8, the armor starts to take greater effect. And so I've been trying to build health before stacking my armor, but it seems to, I mean, it kept him alive in that last engage like we already discussed. Yeah. So maybe I need to reevaluate how I play.
I like the Balmy Cinder then go into your armor item when I'm playing Ornn. Yeah. Just because Ornn, if you're going against someone like a Yone, like it's hard to shove back as hard as he does without just taking a lot of damage. And if you can kind of get close to that wave, do that little bit extra damage, you keep it pushed out. But I think he's doing pretty well right now. I mean, you're expected to be down a bit of CS against a Yone, so.
Yeah. And Shazbot, you have a good point here. The non-ramping HP rune isn't taken enough. And I think it's because people understand that 6 armor later in the game is better than the health. But, you know, if you're worried about early game, if you're worried about level 2 shove.
There is no more armor and MR runes.
Right.
HP, yeah.
But now that they're scaling health, why would you ever go with the flat health? Right? Because scaling health will be better.
It depends if you need it early. Yeah,
wow.
Yone things.
That was a really clean combo as well. Yeah. And right after he finished his item too, it feels so bad.
From what I understand is if your early game is really rough, within the first like 8 levels or so, you take the flat because it's better. But if you can get through those first so many levels without, you know, getting harassed down or almost killed, it's better to take scaling.
This might be Death's death here. He is caught. He is drowsy. He even flashes, but Babe T takes him down. Oh. Grubs. Kodo Draco secures the other 3. Oh, nice interrupt there with the Justice Punch. But Let's Bounce goes in. He's going to be tanky. He's grabbing the little bloblets. Kodo Draco is not fast enough to secure the second half of the Stretching Strike. But he goes into the Elastic Slingshot. He is still burning down. Bear might be caught here. Idol of Duran will secure the taunt. Illusory Gaming doing the auto attacks. And they're not doing nearly as much as they used to because of that Frozen Heart anymore. But another great play from Don't Gank Bot.
That feels bad. Bear gets just left there to die while Zach pieces out the Elastic Slingshots across the wall.
I'm loving the interrupts where they're able to buffer things. For example, Death landing the Emperor's Divide when he did on the first engage, jumping in front of the Justice Punch so it doesn't hit the right target, the Elastic Slingshot getting hit with the Justice Punch. Just everything these guys are doing is quite impressive. Flash forward. Calaveras in some trouble. Super Mega Death Rocket. Candy Bar picks up his third kill of the game.
Yeah, I was going to say Candy Bar autoed the minion in that. I thought that Cavalier was going to be able to get away because of that, but no, the Super Mega Death Rocket, tongue twister there, secures the kill in the end.
Great play there out of Don't Gank Bot. They're trying to take the turret. They do. Kiroro now has no escape. Oh, but he does get the eat. Devour, that's what it's called. And look at the damage he's dealing. Candy Bar is in some serious trouble, but Galio says that he's going to help. Candy Bar attacked by Kodo Draco. He is shut down. Kiroro is really low. Calaveer has made his way back. At Ostazoid, Levy fighting Kodo Draco. Stretching Strike should be up any second now, and that'll be really easy to land. Elastic Slingshot into Let's Bounce. Ostazoid is the target. A lot of damage coming out of Calaveer. Idol of Durand will get the taunt. Kodo Draco out of turret range. They do make it out alive, but in the mid lane, Death took a turret.
Okay, I didn't see what Ostazoid had been building yet, and I was like, why is he so tanky? Like, he's still, and then I realized he's building tank items, that's why. So are they're putting so the mid lane is going to be their tank. You don't normally see that from Galio. Usually they build more of AP bruisers, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes with how tanky Galio is going to be.
A lot of stuff just happened. Turrets are going everywhere. Deaths are going everywhere. Rift Herald is summoned.
Death isn't going everywhere. He's just walking towards the dragon.
Nice.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
I do. I always appreciate a good joke. All right. Will someone jump into the Rift Herald and get those Void Mites doing extra damage on that turret? No, where's the Herald? Where the heck did it go? No, it couldn't have hit that. It was Lilia who summoned it.
I don't know. Maybe it was killed.
What the heck? By whom? No one was there. I don't know what happened. Everybody, I was watching the jungle too much. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we were watching what was going on to see if there was going to be a fight.
That's
Hollow
awkward.
Radiance is finished for Galio. So we're going to...
I love that item.
Yeah.
Have I told you that? I love that item.
You have. Hey, look at that. Bear actually, I think, won that trade initially.
Until he went back in.
Yeah. Frozen Heart is
we
doing
stand
work.
corrected. Okay.
Although Frozen Heart is like one of those things where it has the auto attack slowing that you can't necessarily see it or feel it, right? You just know you're taking less damage, but it does have a good effect on anyone who's like stacking attack speed.
Exactly. And that's what Yone does. Is he's stacking that speed, he's stacking the ability to auto attack and get that damage out. Drake is spawning. Teams are setting up some vision, trying to get themselves ready for it. Ostazoid is in the bottom side. I don't know if he is known down there. Oh, he is now.
ADC has flash up, so an engage could burst them out if they don't position correctly. Jinx has just about has ghost up.
Oh, Levy is in some
nice
trouble.
Flank.
Huge flank. Levy throws down the ultimate. He's able to get out. Nice. Idol of Durand. Kodo Draco is caught up with Kiroro. Damage coming out. Snap back from Illusory Gaming. No one has died quite yet. I stand corrected. Calaveer gets the first kill. King Babe T is in some trouble. That was chaotic.
I don't know how Levy survived. It looked like Levy's health just sat at like 5 for so long.
And the other problem is he has Summoner Heal. He could have given himself another 300 hit points, and maybe Calaveer doesn't get the kill there. But very, very close. These teams are... Oh my gosh, it got to 14. I saw that. 14.
Old Jinx Rocket wins that one. I mean, that's
absolutely
so long ago, though.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, 9 to 5. Not that 9 to 5. But about 1,000 gold on the side of Don't Gank Bot, but Team Unknown are still very much in this. They've taken an extra turret.
This game hasn't been as crazy as I thought it would be. It's a little more like methodic than the other ones where it was just like fight.
Working out for you. You get to talk a lot more.
Well, I think if this first game is going to be slow like this, I don't think if we get a second and a third game, I don't think they'll be like that. I think they'll be like just full speed.
Idol of Duran for the taunt. Damage is in. Death might be in some trouble. He is. Astazoid gets that one. And they're going to take a turret.
Although I do think the slow pace of the game favors Team Unknown.
I agree.
But that just depends how well they can...
You were talking about that. About how that's how front to back will work. Bear is taking a lot of damage here. Illusory Gaming decides not to follow the flash. Snaps back to the Soul Unbound. But, yeah, I think this will always be Yone favored.
Yeah, he's just...
Wait, can they delay that so that it becomes the Void one? It goes to everybody? Yeah, they did it!
They did. See, remember we talked about, you know, whether we liked the changes with everyone getting the buffs? See, I like that, and I still do, because like, it's something to fight over now. Like, it's, you know, it's not just one person gets a buff or two people, your whole team, so it's super beneficial if you can take someone's buff, because then your team has a blue buff and theirs don't, which allows you to, you know, spam more abilities out in these fights without going or even beforehand, especially if you're poking.
Astazoid's in some trouble. Teleport coming from Illusory Gaming. Idol of Duran doesn't land. Do they chase?
No, just a TP for a disengage. Oh wait, Illusory Gaming might have overstayed though. He's... Okay, he did have Astazoid in his back pocket, so he is okay with the disengage there, but I thought maybe he was going to get collapsed on and killed there.
Ooh, that Swirl Seed almost nicked.
How does that miss
Roro.
Tom Kinch?
I don't know.
Is massive.
Speaking of, Babe T gets hit when he probably shouldn't have. Kiroro and Kodo Draco are fighting Astazoid, who no longer has No, he has Flash. He flashes. It's just enough. Babe T is able to get the sleep off. Now, that was an interesting trick that Calaver just tried to use. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to write it down. But at the moment, we're at the Baron.
I don't think there's any way they can stop this unless Yone can get, like, a magic ult and burst them down, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Mega Death Rocket has gone down. In goes Illusory Gaming. He's unable to kill anybody. Yeah, I think you just have to surrender this. Well played from Team Unknown.
Yeah, a nice turn right to the... I like the decision to go right for the Baron after that. That was really good communication with the team.
All right, now I want to talk about the Senna thing. Production will appreciate this. All right, that ward right there. Calaver dropped the ward and queued it to try and get the Q to extend past it and get the snipe.
Really good play. That's heads up. Not a lot of people like realize you can do that.
Yeah, you can any target. But Death has his target. King Babe T is healing a lot. He doesn't have the ultimate anymore. Kodo Draco gets the kill onto Levy. Babe T goes down as well. Illusory Gaming has to get out of town. Kodo Draco and Calaver on the chase. Astazoid gets a solo kill onto Bear on the bottom side. Illusory Gaming flashes. He doesn't make the wall! And shut down gold over to Calaver.
Yeah, this is... They're going to lose a lot of objectives. Their towers are going to... Well, it looks like they're going back, though, so they're not actually pushing off that, so maybe they won't get as much. I almost think just pushing right away and taking, like, mid-tower and the top tower, like, would have been better, but, you know, I guess you want to... If you're at an item break point, you probably want to get back and get that item just to be a bit stronger.
A lot of vision up on the top side for Don't Gank Bot. But now that's useless. They need to transfer it down to the Drake as it is spawning.
Yeah,
looks
and
like
the Dragon
Team Unknown is ready.
Makes sense for them to go back and reset. I would just like to have seen them try to take a turret, but they didn't really have time.
So our next objective fight is here on the Drake. Both teams are in position. Teleports have almost all been expended, actually.
Ostringer has a TP and Bear does, but there's not really.
Super Mega Death Rocket has already been used for the steal, and that's Team Unknown coming ahead in that exchange.
I wonder what our Senna is stacked up to right now. Maybe we can get a view of that. 94 at 24. I believe that's a decent amount of stacking.
Here comes the engage. Kodo Draco on first. Then Bear throws out the Call of the Forge God. No one has died quite yet. Never mind. Calavir went down. Kodo Draco is in the front line. He goes down. Babe T in the back. Knocked away by the Emperor's Divide. Kiroro got stuck for just a second. Down goes Kodo Draco. Down goes Bear. King Babe T is fast because he's Lilia. Gets another stack from the passive. Kiroro is the target. Gets taunted. Gets really low. Pops the gray health. Candy Bar gets the kill there. Death is the only one avoiding death.
For the
King
moment,
Babe T is fast. Throw down the Swirl Seed. Almost gets him.
I think Illusionary Gaming is what hit his ultimate into the backline to kill Calavir is what turned that fight around and made it winnable for his team. So really good ult, gets back there, disrupts the DPS, and just allows Jinx to push through and do damage without any repercussions.
So that fight, I knew it was going to be around the Drake, but it ended up being in the jungle instead. That was crazy. They were able to make that work. They get their kills. They get the push against Team Unknown. What was looking like a swing back for Team Unknown has gone right back into a 3,000 gold lead for Don't Gank Bot.
Now they've cracked the base as well, so that inhibitor's open. So if there's any type of a fight they lose, they could just march through into the base and possibly win the game at this point if they have minion waves positioned correctly. This game is extremely close.
I'm loving it. I love games like this. This is looking really, really good. And, you know, we have seen a lot of fights. Let's be real here. 23 kills in 26 minutes. We're already down 9 turrets. That's really, really big. But, as you pointed out, they've all been around objectives, and so they're fights worth having. Levy might be in some trouble. The crowd control, the route into the knockup. Call of the Forge God doesn't land on him, but knocks up Babe T. But that means Team Unknown need to disengage. Kodo Draco finds Illusory Gaming. Does he have the slingshot? Oh, the Soul Unbound pulls him back. King Babe T is here. Bear does not land the knockup, but instead Kiroro does. Babe T is in a lot of trouble. He's healing a little bit. Gets 2 spells coming out of Levy. Death gets the kill onto Illusory Gaming with the help of the Sun Disc. Babe T is in the front line. Does not have the ultimate, but he's doing the damage over time onto Kodo Draco. Calavir up in the backside. Gets out. Tries to land the snare. It's not enough.
I don't even understand how King Babe didn't die. Like, I don't understand how King Babe did not die there. I was for sure that was a kill, but
oh man, Levy was there. He gave him the warm hugs and the cozy campfire.
I didn't think the warm hugs were that.
Oh! Mega Death Rocket hits Death, and Candy Bar is on a killing spree.
Well, I didn't think the hugs were that warm, Jahad.
Oh.
I thought they were just mildly cozy hugs.
Well, it's a cozy campfire, but warm hugs. No taunt there. Kiroro trying to get the slow. They get the slow onto Kodo Draco. Ultimate is not available for Babe T yet, but very, very good fight from Don't Gank Bot. Nice timings. Do they? Oh, yeah, they're going to go on the Baron instead. I thought they were going to try and take the buff, but it just respawned.
Yeah,
I don't think Unknown can fight this.
There's no ward coverage really anywhere in the... Well, now there is in the Baron Pit. Did not notice that one. Can Kodo steal this?
Illusory Gaming wants to make sure he can't.
Oh,
that is the secure for Babe T. The team fight is here. Emilio does throw down the ultimate. Everyone has extra range and healing. No one has died, amazingly. Zach is still very low. That's a big sleep. That's 3 people slept. And that's 1 kill. Make it 2. Osazoid on a killing spree. Make it 3. Babe T gets Kiroro. Death is the next target. He's going to throw down the Emperor's Divide and get himself out Kodo Draco wants to re-engage. Candy Bar has the damage. Does he have the range? He dodges out the slingshot. Ostazoid, Idol of Duran gets the taunt, and that's another kill. Candy Bar is on a rampage, and Don't Gank Bot just got everything along with the kitchen sink.
I love that sing. Everything in the kitchen sink.
Yeah, it's so good.
I don't know where it came from, but it makes me smile every time I hear it. Well, this game has blown open. The Jinx is huge. I mean, everyone pretty much just needs to gather around her. Let her sit back and fire while Illusionary Gaming gets in there and disrupts their team with the ultimate. And I mean, that seems to be working for them. Like, multiple fights in a row where Candy Bar just gets to back and shoot, and Illusionary Gaming's diving that backline, disrupting everything, so they can't really, like, focus on killing anybody.
The team composition has definitely been working out for Don't Gank Bot. They've been able to let the Jinx really get ahead. 7-1 right now. Only 2 items. Once that Infinity Edge is completed, she's going to wreak havoc everywhere.
Yeah, there's not a lot of armor stacked on their team. You know, you do have the Frozen Heart, but at this late in the game, 1 armor item really isn't going to stop a Jinx. I mean, especially if she gets her armor pin before you start building some more. But I think you're so far behind on building the armor you need to slow her down, where she's already got the last Whisper, that it's not really going to matter now.
Taking a look at our score, 20-9. We're at almost a kill a minute. 7,000 gold the difference. Things are looking good for Don't Gank Bot. They still have this Baron buff for a little bit. They're, I believe, on Soul Point at this point. There we go. That's an Orin item on to Death. He gets the Liandry's Anguish. I think that's what it's called, right? When it's upgraded?
I believe.
Lament. Ah! Lament. Dang it.
It's okay.
I feel ashamed.
If that makes you feel ashamed. I don't know.
This siege is actually really good.
Oh yeah, the extra like range on Jinx's rockets. Look, just running him. Yes, he's peeling through him right now. Just not enough. Not enough armor at this point.
Probably going to get the Unending Despair. I think that would be a great item for Bear to pick up. But in goes Illusory Gaming. He doesn't like that, so he jumps back with the Soul Unbound. He still gets knocked up. He goes down. Calavera gets the kill. Babe T does land the sleep. He needs to disengage. Kodo Draco has his passive, so he's up full aggression. Bear on the front side trying to get Death where he needs to be. Ostazoid is peeling for the team. Actually trying to do some work onto Calavera. He doesn't make it happen. And that was a failed attempt there from Don't Gank Bot. Unknown able to repel that advance.
Yeah, Illusionary Gaming went in with the ultimate to try to get into that backline, missed everything, and was immediately re-engaged on afterwards and killed. And that really just killed their team fight ability while they were split across both sides of that wall. Candy Bar could not even get in there to get any auto attacks to help out, or probably would have died too.
Well, it's weird to hear that, right? Because you have the extra range with the rapid fire cannon, you've got the extra range with the Melio and the rockets, so how were you not close enough on the Jinx? That just speaks to how well Unknown defended that fight.
Yeah, and especially where they killed the Yone out so fast. That really changes these fights around if they don't have one of their major damage dealers, because they're I mean, Lily is a threat, but she has to get close, where Jinx and Illusionary Gaming can get, they can fight a little bit different, where Illusionary Gaming can ult in, do some damage, and get out, and maybe blow someone up, and Jinx can sit back. But King Babe's got to get in there and put the passive on everybody to get those sleeps, and it can be a bit more dangerous trying to get in with melee range with that team, which with so much CC they have.
Lord Dominic's Regard is back, so now even if you have 2 armor items, it may not matter to this Jinx. Candy Bar has itemized really, really well. It has all those crits like you were talking about at the beginning, and is going to be an absolute terror later in this game.
I'm thinking you go Guardian Angel next, because you have to stay alive in these fights, right? Like, if you go down early, you're losing the fights most likely at this point. But if they engage onto you blow everything up on you, right? And you die, but then you come right back and your team re-engages. You probably win that fight. Jinx at this point is just pumping out tons of DPS from well out of range, except for anyone maybe like Senna.
Ooh, we can check in on... Uh-oh. Babe T gotta sleep. It was onto his ear. It was almost an engage opportunity, but they were too far away. In goes Kodo Draco. He wants to get the stun onto Candy Bar. He's playing it perfectly, being on the outside, just not even dealing with damage. Inhibitor has respawned and a good disengage. On the backside, Elusive Gaming is caught. He ult, he flashes, he's getting the shield. It's not quite enough. He almost makes it out. The Call of the Forge God does land, but there's nothing left to re-engage. I stand corrected. Kodo Draco comes from across the country.
Oh my!
Death with a massive shuffle there. Ostazoid in the center. He's tanking up quite a lot. Candy Bar's dealing the damage. Can he take down any targets? Calavir trying to focus him. Candy Bar doing the best he can. One kill has not happened. Yes, they did. Kiroro goes down next. Bear is running away. Can he make it out? Candy Bar is unstoppable. He picks up another one. Kodo Draco is found in the jungle. Goes into the passive. And somehow, Don't Gank Bot are able to save the botched engage with a triple kill from Candy Bar. The inhibitor is exposed. The minion wave is there. They might just win the game.
A wonderful engage, but they couldn't kill the Jinx. So she was able to use that range advantage and just melt the entire team and chase them down after she got excited. Like, really good try, just we're not able to get the priority target and kill them. Like, Ostazoid was too tanky to try and burst out when, you know, that they kind of turned on him and he shrugged it off and got out.